Hello everyone. So today is a bit gloomy still and my headache is still raging so hard. But I've decided to go outside because I'm craving malatang right now and I feel like it's so potent that I can't really resist it. I really want some malatang. Maybe I want the hot soup that feels comforting when you're sick. But I was in bed too long to ruminate over this decision, but I finally decided let's go. Like, yes, I have a headache. The headache will not go away anytime soon. Might as well go and have some malatang.
You would have been giving me your lunch. Shut the fuck up. All the fast shit that you can still. I still went martial art. I was doing martial art at that point. Yeah, man. So you would have go watch. I would have been out of here, bro. Giving me your lunch.
I feel like even if I'm sick, I'm not excused to my everyday lives, meaning I still have to eat, I still have to buy groceries, I still have to do the normal things that I usually do, which is of course annoying because I feel as an adult you don't have these privileges that used to have when you were kids. It's like you are allowed to just lounge around and stay at home and do nothing. But I feel like being sick is not an excuse when you're an adult. I know it's such a bummer, but that's how I feel. I'm using malatang as a medicine meal. I'm trying to get things that are nutritious, like the seaweed is high in iodine, and I think this is bamboo shoot. I might be wrong though. I am trying to make sure that I am getting protein. One of the things that I finally learned when I was sick was to keep eating, because for some reason, if you're like technically you will heal faster if you don't eat at all, if you fast, but the healing process will be a lot more painful because it is just much more concentrated. But if you keep eating, in my experience, you still suffer a bit here and there, but it's a lot less suffering. And because your energy is not going into healing but more into digestive system, so it's not advisable, I think, what I'm doing, which is like keep eating because I want to have less suffering. Well, it's kind of just, I'm just postponing my suffering. It will happen. I'm just postponing it while I'm eating. So I am eating, that's duck blood. I always have at least one duck blood when I go to malatang. I am taking thin slices of beef rolls because these are light, and if you have more of these beef rolls it won't add to the weight. And I am, every time I do malatang, I feel like I'm gambling because you have to guess how much weight that you basically have chosen for your malatang, because you're paying by weight, you're not paying by ingredients, you're paying how much it weighs. So this one today cost me $11.05, mainly because I have like a $1 and $1 1.5% surcharge fee. You also have to include that, and I think I just went over 300 gram, which was the minimum. I was so proud of this meal, to be honest. I usually, even when I get like $14, $15, I'm a bit proud of it. But today, I am so low at it. Like, I was only paying $11.05, including surcharge. I was like, wow, that is my record right now, $11 from malatang. And I have to be honest, it actually quite a lot. I think it took me an hour to finish this because I'm a slow eater when it comes to malatang. I like malatang mainly because of the broth. So if the broth is not good, then it doesn't really matter what I put into the soup. It's just not going to be good. But the broth here is really good, so I always keen to come back. And I think this has become my favorite malatang place so far. So I'm glad that it's in Hurstville because it's pretty close by and I can come here anytime. I used to eat really fast for some reason, but now I'm trying to slow down when I eat, and I'm going to put my mind into saying just savor what I'm doing right now and not rush too much. And I think it really helps with eating lately because it feels like I'm not just shoving food inside, which I still do, but I think my relationship with food needs to be repaired and enjoyed as well, because I think I'm one of those people who eat to live, not live to eat, which is what most Asians do. I think most Asians, eating is a hobby, and for me, eating is just something that I need. Even today, I'm using this soup as a medicinal soup to comfort me and also to put nutritious ingredients inside of me. So, yeah, I feel like it's a tool, but at the same time, I want to pivot it to something that I enjoy, an activity that I enjoy as well as functional, as lot. But it's a work in progress. At least this one works for now. I saw this from across the street from the malatang place, and I don't know if it's gonna be any different than any other Chinese supermarket, but let's check it out. It's very quiet, like there is no one in here. Even the people behind the counter is simply just playing on their phone, basically, and there is nothing here. But at least it doesn't smell. This is so good. $13 for 640 milliliters is a catch because it usually costs like $7 for 250. And that sesame oil brand is pretty good. That's the one that I've used for decades. It tastes really nice. It's different than other brands. I've tried other brands and it didn't really work out well. I'm trying to see if they have burdock root tea, but burdock root is so expensive. It's like $10 or $12, and you have to go all the way to Korean supermarket, which means I probably have to go to Strashfield or Eastwood to get one of those. I went to a supermarket in North Strashfield once, the Korean one. It's okay. It's very Korean, but I don't know if it's worth the 1.5 hours trip to go one way. At least I went last time. I think last year during winter. Going into an Asian supermarket is an adventure in itself. You don't know what you're gonna find, and it's always fun in some way. But today it feels a bit blah. It doesn't feel fun. It just feels like, why is this supermarket so boring? I'm gonna go around the corner from the back to go to Westfield. I can just follow the forest road and turn left, but this way is much more fun, I suppose. Just a different way. It feels very different vibe-wise, like the main road, the one that we just passed, feels very old and drabby. And if you just turn around the corner like now, it feels like this is where all the newer area is at. I remember when I was a kid and in school, not a worry in the world. But that's probably because my body is so stressed out. So finally, I totally forgot that Daiso Hurstville just opened because we went here last, when was this? Last Friday, and it wasn't open yet, but it has opened today. Yay! I remember having a conversation with this lady at Muji. She basically said that Daiso is just a bunch of junk. They're selling a bunch of junk and rubbish now. That lady might be telling the truth, but I still want to explore. I think the beauty products are still Japanese brand. I think still there. I think this is what you need to put over your mask. If you have a mask and then you put over the mask. I don't know what this is. Something to do with bee. It has like bee in it. I think it's a bee serum maybe. You just go here so that you can discover whatever weird things that they're offering. That's part of the fun of going to Daiso, which is probably why the lady was a bit angry because I think there was not a lot of Japanese products in the Daiso that she visited, which I understand if that's the case because I think Daiso can be varying suburb to suburb because the things that I see being sold in Daiso in the city is different than the things that are being sold from Daiso in Chatswood, for example. So it's quite different. I'm contemplating to getting this apron because but it's $9. I don't even want to pay $9 for that. This is a sake bottle set, and it's so cute. Look at that. I think the last time I had sake was in 2001 or 2002, which is what, 24, 23 years ago. My friend had a birthday and we went to King's Cross area, which is Ports Point now, and it was a Japanese restaurant and I had sake there. Yeah, it has to be like 2003, maybe 2002, because I would have been 18 by then, so I could drink by then. Not that it stops any of us back then. So I used to buy this to shoo away pigeons. But I don't know if it actually works in real life. They have all the Christmas bits out already. I'm going to end this vlog 5-day series next year. So by the end of the year, I will stop doing 5 days a week. Hojicha tea. So they have this hojicha, but only 10. The one that I have at home is 22. But this one is a bit cheaper, but not really cheaper because it's $3.30 for 10, while the one that I bought was $4 something for 22. So it's a lot cheaper if you buy it in the city. But I guess this one is, if you want to get it, it's available. It's just lemonade, I think. Lemonade water or lemonade powder. I want to get the oolong one, but I'm afraid that it's going to be over caffeinated, so I'm just gonna get the hojicha tea and get that and get home. So yeah, starting next year, I'm probably going to go back to either once a week video or three videos a week, but definitely not 5 days a week. My headache is getting to me, and I think this is why I don't really want to hang around outside too much. I'm just gonna get home and gonna try out the hojicha tea. So by next year, the schedule is probably not going to be 5 days a week like this year. But meaning like it will just be unpredictable again. I feel like this year I've tried a lot of things and a lot of things just didn't work out, and I feel I just want to give up on life, to be honest. I try so many things and it just never really works out, and I just get to that stage where I just want to stop trying, to be honest. And not in a depressive way so much. I'm so entertained by the fact that you can seal this back so that for freshness. I'm like so excited about this, to be honest. So I'm expecting like the packaging inside is similar to the one that I bought from the city. So I checked the label behind it and I realized it's actually the same thing. It's from the same company. The phone number at the back of each packagings are the same. So it's the same basically, but it's cheaper if you buy it to the right, because that's cost about $4 something, maybe just below $5, but for 22 tea bags. But this one is $3.30 for 10 tea bags. So I think it's cheaper to buy in a 22 tea bags. I said tea bags too many times. I'm transferring all the tea bags from the smaller one to the bigger one, mainly because I just wanted to have in one place rather than having multiple bags to search in. But I also feel like I'm going to store that one, like the smaller bag, so that I can, I don't know, maybe I can store something in there that is required aluminum foil for freshness. I guess my Asian trait of being cheap and trying to reuse things are still strong. I watched Ali Wong yesterday on Netflix, and it was pretty good. She was talking about her divorce and being 40, because she's 42 now. And I find it to be a lot more relatable compared to her other specials, which was very surprising, because the first two specials that she did, she was basically pregnant with her first and second child, and now she's divorced. And I find like her jokes are still vulgar and are still out there, but there's a lot of things that I can relate much more with how things progress as you are in middle-aged. And I guess being middle-aged have some sort of universal experience everywhere. I think as a chronic illness person, I learned just to keep going even if you are having a headache, and if you're, especially with me, I feel the more chaotic my inner world is, the more the more expressionless my face and my outside, my exterior would be or becomes. And I think that's something that I don't particularly like. Like, I want for my inner world to have the same expression. Like, I want it to be expressed to the outside world the same way. So if I have a bad experience, I want my face to show that I'm having a bad experience, but it's not the case. Anyway, I'm better just gonna take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day, guys. Stay blessed, peeps.